Welcome to week 24 of Living for All the Marbles. This week, 29 December 2021 to 4 January 2022. So, how much do we know about what authority our elected officials have and how they exercise it? Something happened today that got me thinking about this. And I'll talk about that later on, in the video. But first, again, welcome to Living for All the Marbles. I'm Vinny, and I'm on a journey of legacy building for my family, personal accountability to live the vision for my life, and hopefully to inspire you to live your best life. If this interests you, please like, subscribe, share, hit the bell, and visit us also at Living for All the Marbles on YouTube, Facebook, or the web. And actually, hopefully be on a couple of others pretty soon. As I said, this is week 24, and it's a crossover week from 2021 to 2022. So let's take week 24's marble, and it goes from the bright future into the well-lived past. Happy New Year to all, and I hope you had a great celebration, whether it was big and loud or cozy and quiet. And I hope that you're looking forward to a new year that will be your best year ever and the one you want it to be. So remember, think about what you want, plan for it, and then go for it. We had a quiet evening at home, actually. We had food delivered, and we watched a bunch of streaming shows and watched the ball drop, and then we actually stayed up till the wee hours, grateful, for another year and just kind of enjoying the peace and quiet and just relaxing. Otherwise, my week was pretty much spent thinking about planning and preparing for decisions that I've actually made, and I will share those decisions with you next week because I'm recording this on Friday, and I actually made the decisions and committed earlier. So we also had our first meeting this week of a team that I have been leading, and I've taken over permanent leadership. So we had our first meeting, and I'll talk to you about that because in order to talk about it, I kind of give out what the decision was. So I will get to that again also next week. But now for my earlier thought on government. So as a heads up, this is about COVID masking. And for this discussion, it doesn't matter what your position on masking or COVID for that matter is. My thoughts are about the powers of our elected officials as opposed to our appointed officials. Our county executive, and I'm not talking about the county because it's about the issue, not specifically the county, he put a mask mandate in effect until the 7th of January. And again, this isn't about whether it was necessary. It's not about whether or not we brought this on ourselves. It's not about firing workers, or anything else. His reason was that he was concerned about the spike in COVID cases, in our county, and he did it for a limited time until our county council could consider the issue. So the county council took up the issue and decided to end the mandate via vote today. So an elected official acted within his limited executive powers to temporarily enact the mandate, and our elected council, as our legislative body, voted to stop it. Simple enough. The complication comes when just hours after our council voted to discontinue the mandate, our county health officer issued a mask mandate for the county. So if our county council voted to end it, how is it that the health officer reinstated it? If an appointed official can overrule a legislative body, what is the real purpose and authority of the legislative body? Where's our ability as citizens to influence the vote and to hold our elected officials accountable if they can be overridden by an unelected employee of the county? And who's going to enforce it? Does it have the force of law? I'm not a lawyer, but I don't think so. So what can they actually do to anyone who violates it? And if they did anything, would it survive a court challenge? Or, would it further encroach upon our rights as citizens without perhaps having the right authority? So our state doesn't have a mask mandate. The governor made that decision. And I'm wondering why our county council didn't challenge this thing right away if they voted against it. Again, I'm not making a statement for or against any position about the efficacy of masks, the condition of our healthcare system, or any other issue about the risks of contracting the coronavirus in any of its forms. This is an issue of our rights as citizens the purpose and authority of our elected officials and of appointed officials. Now, our county executive seems to be backing this decision, but it did not come from him. And I remind you, early on, he questioned if he had the authority to declare a longer term mandate himself. So we should rightly be concerned, I think, about these things. And it's from the perspective of what authority have we actually given our elected officials, and what authority do our appointed officials have, and how much do we let them assume without challenge? Again, just my thoughts, but it struck me as an issue that we should care about. So, anyway, thanks for being here, and remember to live intentionally and finish strong. Happy New Year, everybody. God bless. See you next week.